Hello, I'm Jessica Lind Peterson. My book is a collection of lyrical essays called Sound Like Trapped Thunder by Seneca Review Books. I'm really tall, and this microphone is really not tall, so I'm going to lean in here. This collection is my first book, and it is the winner of the 2020 Deborah Tall Lyric Essay Book Prize. And I will just read an excerpt from a recent review in the Minneapolis Star-Tribune. A sparkling collection of essays about animals and humans, funny, weird, and witty, and off-kilter in its delivery. Peterson's collection crackles with a dangerous energy. Ooh. Those of literary mindset will be tempted to look for the seams, to sniff out precisely how this sleight of hand will be accomplished. But it is always best to let magicians cast their spells. For this is ultimately what Peterson is after, the imperfect magic of our somewhat broken world. She wants to make peace with all its flaws and fractures. And that's Will McGrath of the Minneapolis Star-Tribune. And my book is filled with a lot of different types of essays. There are letters, I'll read you a little excerpt from a letter from a grizzly bear that I wrote called Dear GB. I thought you were in the bushes a few weeks ago, but it was just a giant bull moose eating leaves. His rack was exactly the size of a kitchen table and soaked in fuzzy velvet. He reminded me of Elton John. I stood there on a trail watching Elton John grunt and eat leaves with my family and some other families. It felt like we were watching TV, but it was real life, really happening. I took a lot of pictures, though I was disappointed he wasn't you. Like the time I was trying to meet Sting after a concert by hanging around out back behind the dumpsters, and all I met was his sister-in-law. I was 19 and living in London wearing a velvet skirt that Elton John would have gone nuts over. My plan was to start singing the moment Sting emerged from the backstage door and he would be overcome and invite me on tour. When instead I was shooed away from the dumpsters by the security guard, I went crying back to my Swiss cottage flat, and on the way I let a middle-aged guy with a greasy ponytail usher me into his closed cafe. He could have killed me, but instead he made me a steak while I sat at the empty bar nursing my shattered dreams and feeling very sorry for myself that I wasn't on tour in the arms of my beloved. Sting, if you're listening, my Twitter handle is Unfamous Minnesota Girl. You can pick up my book and read more about Sting and whales and hummingbirds at Majors and Quinn. Thank you so much.